Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Hello. Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sibilance, sibilance. I think the chat is delayed, I think. Okay, great. Sorry about that. Hi, Happy New Year. Another trip around the sun. Yay, we did it. Okay, I'm a little confused. People saying we can hear you, and then Tammy says I can't hear you. How's everyone's holiday? Anything exciting happen? Or just celebrating the fact that you got through it? Holidays can be so amazing, and they can also be so hard, you know? Mine was pretty chill. I spent time with my mom for both Christmas and New Year's. A lot of reflecting. We get real deep. A lot of cooking. Yum. Okie dokie. So here's what we're doing today. We're not doing 70s today because I really wanted to. I've never done this before, but I have a whole Patreon community, which some of you are part of and know this, but we do these monthly musical prompts or challenges, but I basically give you like an idea, some sort of restriction or something, a starting point, and then you make a track. And I asked all the participants in these musical challenges to send me their favorite that they've done since we started doing them, which is about 2 years ago, I would say, regularly. So, so these aren't like the community didn't vote on these or anything, but it's just whoever wrote the song, their particular favorite that they made, which I like. And we're going to play them. There's 13 of them, and they're all under 5 minutes, probably. So, you know, we're just going to hang out. We're going to listen, and we're going to support our fellow music makers and cheer them on. And after the stream concludes, I will go ahead and populate the live stream description and maybe also put in a comment all the links so you can listen to these songs again. I think most of them are public, and you can either stream them or you can watch them on YouTube or SoundCloud, etc. And maybe you'll find some cool new music. Chaos Omega is sick. Sometimes that's how it goes. Holidays can be stressful, and then your immune system is like, I'm out. And all the bugs going around. Yes. Okie dokie. It is hot today. I'm going to have to turn the fan on. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure it's about 80 degrees. That's what I would guess. Oh, and I have the fan on the weakest setting. But tonight a cold front comes in, and then it's going to drop to freezing. So, yeah. Change is a-coming, but oh my goodness. Hello, Rough Lazy. Yes. Oh, that feels much, much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go in the order of how these were submitted to me. So no particular order. And we're going to start right off the bat with AJ Adeleye. And AJ Adeleye is awesome. Let's just put it that way. This guy just knows how to put stuff together in ways I would never think. And it's always ear opening and like so many twists and turns. And anyway, so the challenge that he submitted was from, I don't remember what year it was, but I basically gave everybody a sample I just kind of I was actually practicing Leaving Hope by Nine Inch Nails, and I was using some really whiny synth, and I started changing the rhythm, and then I came up with this new melody using the notes of like this one part of Leaving Hope melody. And I was like, this is cool. So I recorded it, didn't know what to do with it. I was like, I'm going to give it to my patrons to see what they do with it. So that's what this is from. It's the one that goes. And yes. Okay. It's called Mary Becoming XMas. Oh, yes, and it's on streaming. Cool. Okay. All right. Are y'all ready for this? Okay. Nope, I don't hear anything. Okay. Aha. Okay. All right, it should work now. Isn't that dope? I love it. It's got this like I think it's like 6/8. You can think of it 3/4 too, but whatever. But it's kind of like a 6/8 hip hop groove a little bit, or trip hop, and then it's really yo-yoing sub bass. I could listen to that all day, like wow. And the chords that he chooses are always so interesting. They never fit the norm. They're always just like, ooh, oh, ooh, you know, and like always changing and so creative. And I feel like he mixes genres really well. Anyway, I'm a huge fan. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think I haven't analyzed this to that degree, but yeah, it does sound like modal interchange, like between the major and minor key. But, you know, there was also some chromatic stuff maybe happening at the end there, that brum 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 brum, which might not fit that bill either. But yeah, lots of just fun, unexpected turns. So, and it's cool. He took the sample, actually started on a different beat, and he offset it and made like a whole new feeling with it, which is also, anyway, I was very proud. So that's A.G. Adeleye, and the song is Mary Becoming XMas. And yes, I will put the purchase and stream link in the description after the stream. I should have done it before, but I just thought of it right now. Oh well. Yay, thanks AJ. We are lucky to get to hear your sounds. Next up is the one, the only, Altered Perception. And who's on the stream right now. Hey. And this one is from, which month was this from? It was this year, right? So my head down. So this one is called We Get the World We Deserve. And normally there's some like description of how it was made in the submission, which I don't see right now. So I don't know if you wanted to tell people, Percepties. This is also December 2023. Okay, cool. If you want to tell people how you made it. Okay, this is from November this year. Got it. So this challenge was to make a something around an ascending line. So, you know, it could be a melody or a bass line or even just a harmony line, any sort of single note sequence that ascends, not forever, but that, you know, repeats. Ascension. That was the whole idea. So, but yeah, Percepties makes things out of the box. If I remember, you know, if I'm saying this right, a lot of modular, a lot of cool hardware. And if you want to watch him performing this particular piece, there will be a link to the video in the description. I am not going to play it right now because I've had bad luck with getting the framing right, or sometimes it gets choppy, and we're just going to listen to the audio. All right. Okay. Oh yeah. Altered Perception. We Get the World We Deserve. Really beautiful. I really love this one by Perceptes. Altered Perception, sorry. So there's multiple ascending lines. Though what I really take away from it, honestly, listening, is the progressive layering feeling, like the slow growth towards something and you're not sure what. And there's a little bit of, maybe also because of the title, We Get the World We Deserve, a little bit of impending doom, just a little, just a smidge, just a touch. And, but it's like really beautiful. There's still like so much about the world to appreciate. I kind of get that feeling. There's a lot of texture, different kinds of sparklies and shimmeries, and then that synth that comes in later. It's like dun 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 dun, or dun, 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 dun. I can't remember exactly the notes, but it's kind of like offbeat. It feels like a transcendent moment or something. It's like really, really gorgeous. And the kind of a whoosh, like there's like this wave that kind of keeps creeping up. Oh, I love how that feels. It makes me feel like I'm boiling over in a really good way. But yeah, it has a beautiful wave. Really nice. Dilip, have you ever tried an Osmos keyboard? For a few minutes, yes. I didn't really know what to do with it, though. I was playing chords, and I've heard that that's not its strong suit. But I would love to play one again. Yeah. In the meantime, I think I actually have something by that same company. That is I'm going to call it a wiggler. I've never used it, though. But it it's plugged in. You can't see it. It's supposed to create expression. But yeah, beautiful. Here, let me put the link to the YouTube channel here, because it won't get blocked. But if you do it, I think it gets blocked. Let's see. There you go. So that's Altered Perception's YouTube channel. And if I remember correctly, there's also a lot of really cool educational videos on there about modular. So if that interests you, Perceptes is a fantastic teacher. So, yes, the touche. That's right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Perceptes. Absolutely beautiful piece. The next one. Oh, hang on. Okay. The next one is from Ben Blohowiak. And this one was a challenge that we did this year where and this is the first time we've done this. Usually I give prompts like, try using this scale, or, use a crazy rhythm, or things like that. But for this one, I was like, do a cover of Sin by 9 Inch Nails. And in your own style, So that's what Ben submitted to this showcase. And so here's what he said about it. This is an instrumental interpretation of a song I initially heard in my teenage years. Someone could sing over it with the first word starting on the first beat. If you do, please let me know. What a nice invitation. All right. I assume everyone here is familiar with the song Sin by 9 Inch Nails, right? Okay, good. All right. Okay, let's get sinful. I think that is so cool and creative. I'm obsessed with the boom, boom. It kind of reminds me of the feeling I get when I listen to the end of The Frail, and it's heading towards the wretched. But it's like very cinematic. I put this in the chat, but I'm just going to say it in case the chat goes away. That I really like the piano and marimba touches here because it just feels like an homage. I mean, he's obviously a pianist. It's such a huge part of his sound, but also he loves the marimba. I mean, I'm not sure if he was playing a real marimba, if it's a sampled marimba, but there's marimba in We're in This Together. There's marimba in Various Methods of Escape. I mean, even if it's just those two, that's just like more marimba than most people put in their music, in their like industrial, music. So that felt like a little hearkening back to Trent's style. And it is a very creative cover. Like you can tell he took a lot of like artistic liberty, but that's exactly what that's what I prompted them to do, is like, do it your way. And I feel like you get the feeling of the sin, and then if you were to sing over it, then you would see how he built, which honestly is kind of hard. Like, building the background for something that isn't there yet is harder than it sounds. So I will just make sure that Ben is okay with me sharing the link to download it, because that's the only way currently that you can listen to it again. Or if he would prefer that you just come back to the stream if you want to try singing over it. So I'll find out what he's comfortable with. And if there is a link to put, I will put it in the description. Isn't there a ghost song with marimba? Seems likely. Does seem likely. Yeah. But I can't think of it. I can't ever remember the names because of the numbers. It's just not salient enough for my brain. So that also makes it hard for me to remember the actual songs. Cool. Well, thank you, Ben. That is an awesome choice to share with everybody. It's so, so cool. Oh, yeah, the piano octaves. That's such a dum, 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 dum. Okay, next up. Sorry, the form is taking its sweet time. Okay, next up is a submission from Not a Hedgehog. And yes, I have asked this person if they are a hedgehog, and they said no. So at least they're consistent. The song is called Minor Drift. And this is from... I feel like this was definitely this year. But I think once we listen to it, or maybe Percepties will remember, I'll know what challenge it came from. Minor Drift. Maybe it was all minor chords? It might have been that, all minor chords. Okay, we'll find out. That is beautiful. I love ambient music. Oh, he has it in description. Sonicware Ambient Zero was one of the devices, and the other is the Roland S1. So more hardware. But yeah, it's got that almost like 80s, 90s film score kind of vibe, like Vangelis or something, right? Am I wrong? And I feel like it could take on a lot of different feelings depending on what you put it next to. Sort of by itself, I think it can sound a little like serious, you know, like there's maybe something happened, or it feels, but it could also feel very pensive, introspective, or like very vast. Oh my God, this reminds me, I just watched this crazy movie with, I could have imagined this being in that movie. It was a movie about, it's based on a true story of two young men who were on a road trip, and they decided to go find some, I don't know, something off the side of the road, but they were in like the middle of New Mexico, and they were like in the middle of nowhere, and they got lost, and they, oh yeah, they were in New Mexico. That's it. And one of them ended up, okay, you know what? I'm not going to go there. It's intense. And there's almost no music in the entire film except for, anyway, this could have been in it because there's a vastness, I think, to it, and a feeling of being lost in time, you know? But yeah, I can't remember the name right now. I'll have to look it up. That was really, really beautiful. I love everyone noticing all these like Bowie influences. It's like the older I get, the more I realize how, like I knew that he was influential, but I don't think I really realized how much and how. It's not just his presence, you know, or his voice. Excuse me. No, that's mine. No. Sorry. His little paw. He's like, what's this? Okay. All right. Well, thank you, not a hedgehog. I will just believe you when you say that you're not a hedgehog, but I still have my doubts. Beautiful, beautiful. Our next submission is from John, who I think is on the chat. Yes. Okay, so this one is called Boson the artist name is Boson Harmonics. And these are the notes that he sent along with the submission. Hi, Ixie. The link I've submitted is the 8-minute long song I mentioned in my comment. I submitted it for the Pedal Point Challenge, but it was very raw and underproduced at the time, and half of it hadn't been written. I've since finished it, and it's the last song on my newly released album. Yes. If you don't have time to play it, then here's a shorter one. No. We'll do the whole thing. It was the first song I submitted to your monthly challenges. Wow. So this must have been 2023, right? All right. The song, I almost forgot to say, is called Balloon Boy. Vocals. That was epic. Oh my gosh. All the different sections. I mean, it's got that like, so there's got to be a name for music like this, right? Because I can identify bands or songs where it goes through different movements, right? I mean, I've analyzed some of them on my channel. Do you want me to just leave you alone, Pex? Like Paranoid Android, but even some like the Mars Volta or, well, I don't think you guys know this band, but Relative Ash. But yeah, there's like different tempos, different sections, but they transition into each other. But there's almost something theatrical about those songs as a result, right? Like the pace gets picked up and then it goes over here and there's like a scene change, that kind of feeling. But when he submitted the challenge, like he said, it was not finished. And I think it was for the pedal point challenge, which is when you have one note that sort of stays the same as things move around it. Sort of this one grounding note. And I had heard the first section, the, da-na-na-na-na-na-na. And then the second one, which was slower and had more like string pads and the English horn, which I also thought that was an oboe, and more airy vocals. But then there's this last section, which is in some kind of odd time signature that is completely new to me. And I really loved that one. It felt like angelic. It was so cool. And for sure felt like the climax of everything. And it was completely unexpected. Like, I was like, okay, we're going to go back to the first part. That's awesome. But then, oh man, just really love your sense of harmony. I really do. It's another one of those experiences where you can get into a groove with it, but then it does things that you don't expect. And whatever you've gotten into the groove with is already a little bit out of the norm. And but just when you think you're getting comfortable, something changes that you didn't hear coming. And I love that. I love the different styles of singing and processing your voice throughout the song. Really kind of biting, sarcastic, filtered at the beginning. And then it got really, someone said glam rock, which I don't know much about, but that seems right. I was like, yeah, that seems to describe it well. And then that last section, almost, I don't know, it was kind of choral. It was beautiful. So this is off of John's new album that just came out in November, right? And it's called The Grand Machine. So I assume it's available on all streaming platforms. It's on YouTube, as a topic. So I think that indicates it is. And I'll put links to everything in the description once we're done. But if you want to hear that one again, Boson Harmonics is the artist name, and Balloon Boy was the song. So congrats on your album, John. That's so exciting. And I think it's especially cool to know that this came from a challenge. I'm just so happy that something that you started there turned into something you loved so much that it ended up on your album. That's like the best possible outcome, That's so cool. It's everything everywhere all at once. Yeah. Yes, there is something fantastical about it. Okay, we're going to move on. So our next one is from Wolmar. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but it's called, I think, Few. F-E-U. Maybe it's pronounced a little differently. I'm not sure. So, and he just says, if you like this, either search for Wolmar, W-O-L-M-A-R, or Steresis, S-T-E-R-E-S-I-S, on any streaming platform. Much appreciated. Thanks, Ixie. I realized I need to send off one text message to let someone know I'm running behind and can't do something. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Here we go. Wolmar, otherwise known as Steresis, with Few. And I don't know which challenge this is from yet, so hopefully we'll figure it out as we go. Maybe pedal point? Or all major chords? played the wrong one? That was the link. Okay. I guess I got the wrong one. Still a really cool song, though. Okay, let me try Spotify instead. Oh, that was the YouTube link, but it's not to the song. It's to a playlist on your channel. Gotcha. Okay, let's try this again. So that was a different song. That was called Waiting for You. Let's see if we can get to few. Is that how it said? Ah, I found it. Okay. much Lydian goodness in that one. Beautiful wolmar. Yes, I remember this one now. Yeah, killer production as always. Beautiful arranging, great playing on everything. You played it all, right? That was a one-man band, if I am being accurate. The bass line was really doing it for me. That like it was so talkative. I don't know. Great guitar tones, always great guitar tones. Very crisp. 12-string guitar or just double tracked? I don't know. And then acoustic, and then it got all like bleeding ears, you know, it's distorted. Great lines. Yeah, and that prompt, I never do. That was the one and only time that I did a prompt that was like abstract. Like, here's a word, fire, go. And it worked for some people and not for others. But yeah, I just like trying to keep it fresh, you know, trying to keep things interesting and hit things from different angles. But yeah. No keys at all. Yeah. Awesome. So I put this in the chat, but I'm going to start pinning the link to whatever's playing to the chat as it's playing so that you can easily go find them. And then I'll put like all the links to all the places and all the things in the description once the stream is over. All right. As always, a pleasure. Wolmar, thank you. Next is from the artist Derrick Jinx. And this is called Cathedral Steps. And Derrick says, Cathedral Steps was from the Incense Challenge. I'll explain in a sec. I picked this one because I've had a short bit of music and verse kicking around in my head for years and couldn't figure out how to make a song out of it. I decided to use it in the Incense Challenge, and it forced me to finally make a song out of an incomplete idea, which is an amazing feeling. Hello, sweet boy. Okay, so Incense is a 5-note, so it's a pentatonic Japanese scale. And it sounds like this. Da, 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 da. So mysterious. Like the most mysterious scale I've ever heard, honestly. And I loved the submissions that month. It was just the coolest sound. So, all right. Here is Cathedral Steps. Hang on. Oh, this is the one where, Derrick, you are going to have to email this to me because I don't have access to download it. I hit request and then I forgot about it. Okay, so we will come back to Derrick, who I believe is on the chat. I thought I saw them. If not, I will email them. Okay. All right, so false alarm. We'll come back to that one. We're going to move on to Sussuro. And the song is called Seagaze. And here's what he has to say. I've started writing music again in 2023 after a long hiatus, and this is the song I like the most out of all the ones I've written. Thank you for making these challenges. My pleasure. I'm so glad that this turned into a song. I remember this one. It's so beautiful. Sussuro, thank you. Sorry, I had to eat this because Pax wouldn't leave it alone. Let's just listen to it again. Number one reason to make that song longer is so that I have time to chew. Actually, that's number two reason. The number one is because it's beautiful and it should go on forever. The guitar is so pretty in that one. And also the cyclical nature of it, and you calling it Seagaze definitely makes me think of the like tides or something, because it sounds like it has an uneven timing such that it feels like it rolls over itself and it keeps going, right? And it could go on forever. That's kind of how it feels, like it would never, like it's never started and it will never end, which is just a beautiful feeling to get, since everything in our limited human experience has a beginning and an end. And yeah, the chords have like they're very open, a lot of power chords, but it was the way they were interacting, I think, with the bass. There was some like nice dissonance and tension in it, but very relaxing. It wasn't tense like yeah, really, really beautiful. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if it were longer too. Hey, you know what we could do? Somebody could probably do this, Sussuro, if you didn't want to, but they could probably turn it into like a 10-hour long YouTube video, and people will like do that. They'll be like, put on ambient music for 10 hours. I don't know why. Maybe for their cats when they're gone at work, or overnight when they're sleeping, or I don't know. But wouldn't that be perfect? It could just loop forever, and I would be okay with that. Oh yeah, if you're watching this and you're like, "Ooh, I want to do this someday," you are more than welcome to. You just have to be a patron, but any level, everybody's welcome on Patreon to submit, and it's every month. And I used to give you 2 weeks, but now I give you a whole month to do them. But you don't even have to finish anything. You can just start something and share what you're working on if you're brave. I know it's hard. Or like, hey, I made a loop. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I want to share it. It's just so good to share what you're making or made. I feel like it makes it more real. And then the music has a chance to impact people. And as a chronic undersharer of music, I'm changing my ways, but I think it's easy to sit on your stuff, if you have doubts about it, but it's better to share it. It is better. Okay. Beautiful. Let's move on. Oh, and thanks for the super chats, William and Slyborg. That's so nice. Well, after YouTube takes their 30% cut, I'll try to distribute the cents to the submitters, the musicians. I'll be like, here's 50 cents for you. No, I will try to put it back into the community somehow. Thank you. That's very, very kind. Okay. I just want to make sure that Derrick saw my message to send me your track or grant me access, and let me know when you've done that so we can get back to yours. Okay. Next is Kiwillian. Kiwillian's track is called In the Forest. And what he's had to say about it was, this was my October 2024 submission. Okay, October was, I can look it up. October. Minor chords only. Minor chords only. Okay, thanks, Derrick. Oh, I probably should have warned you. Kiwillian stuff is expect the unexpected. Always. Terrifying. I mean, so I might have okay, thanks Derrick. I might have said in the prompt, like, you know, minor chords can sound really scary next to each other, and maybe that was what he took in random. But yeah, I mean, that's terrifying. It's like the minor chords are scary when they're next to each other in certain ways, like if they are not in the same key together, basically. And that's definitely what he did. Plus, his minor chords are being played by, like, it sounds almost like an orchestra, you know, like strings and horns, or maybe it's just horns, but they're like the pitch is like bending, you know, or warbling or something. So it's already going to make you feel unsettled, just because you can't really tell what's happening at first. And then later with all the sound design and those quick change ups at the beginning, and the kind of like drums that make you feel like you're being chased through the forest by something. And the little girl, yeah, that's some scary shit. But it's good. I mean, it's so good. By the way, Kiwillian releases like everything. So find him on all the streaming platforms. The link to that song on YouTube is up top, but he's everywhere. He's everywhere. You can't escape. Oh, patrons, I was going to send you a reminder about this live stream. I had it all typed out and I forgot to hit enter. Well, I'm glad you figured it out. Okay. So let's go back to Derrick. Okay, I think it's working. So Derrick's is called Cathedral Steps. And just to reiterate, it's from the Incense Challenge, which is that spooky, mysterious Japanese scale. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, more marimba.
The melodramatic wind plays its breathy pipes, scratching the soft tendrils in the curdles of my mind. One breath alone, one beat, from the cathedral steps to the coffin's sleep, searching for reasons. Step after step, climbing to the altar where the answers lie. The melodramatic wind plays its breathy pipes, scratching the soft tendrils in the curdles of my mind. One breath alone, one beat, from the cathedral steps to the coffin's sleep, searching for reasons. Step after step, climbing to the altar where the answers lie.
So swampy. I was asking Derrick if he had samples of frogs in this one because at some point he got his hands on frogs songs and started putting them in his music in creepy ways. And I was like, this sounds like it could have frogs. Like, you know, that and but no, there are no frogs. But it's like you're meant for the frogs. Like you were making frog-like things before you even had the frogs. So, oh man. Yes, exactly. That's what. Okay, Rob said. Every track Derrick does has the spirituality of frogs. Yes. But yeah, I mean, Derrick's stuff is always interesting because it's got spoken word poetry, spoken word. I feel like it's. Wait, what's the difference? I don't know. Something about the rhythms makes me feel like it's more spoken word and less, you know what I mean? But yeah, so it's often centered around poetry, and so it doesn't have, you're not usually like tapping your foot. It's a very different kind of more theatrical experience, and lots of different change ups. And again, you can't really predict what you're going into. I think my favorite part of that one is it's kind of this. It almost sounds like a Renaissance festival without time. Like it's like then some sort of stringed instrument thing. It's just so cool. It also kind of reminds me of Björk. Some of the stuff she was doing with Utopia. I think that was what the album was called. So yeah. Interesting. Okay. Next up is the God Particle. And okay. It's called Dark Matter Parable. Let me get that link up. Yeah. Okay, so this is, I remember now what this challenge was. I think this was 2023. And, yes, sweet boy. And it was, I was listening to the Smiles first record, A Light for Attracting Attention. And I was listening on Spotify. And something went wrong with Spotify. I still to this day don't know what was going on. But everything that came out of it sounded cursed. It was so mangled. It was rhythmically all there, but it completely messed with the pitches of everything and made it all grainy. It was so weird. So I naturally recorded it, and then I took a sample from that. And it was from their song. Oh, yeah, it was also twice as fast. Yes, that's right. It was twice as fast and mangled. So I took a sample from the one that's do 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 do. What's that one? I can see you. I can't remember the name at the moment, but I was like, okay, I'm giving this to the community to do something with. And they all turned out so good that actually if you search for actually I'll find the link, but I actually did publish a video on this channel of that challenge, of everyone's submission for that challenge, because it was just amazing. Yeah, it's called I Gave You This Cursed Sample and You Did This. Bravo. So here, I'll put the link to that down yonder. Okay, but anyway, so that was the God Particle. Always awesome submissions. A lot of harmonic minor, a lot of like kind of dark sound. Coming from a metal background, but then starting to explore, and a drummer, but then starting to explore more cinematic kind of music. And also, I think, if I remember correctly, this artist started with some very cinematic, classical kind of motifs as well when they started writing. So maybe it's more of a return to form. But the description in this video says, oh, I closed it. Anyway, but he said, I've never understood how for soundtracks for shows, you can't just switch between musical styles. And he's like, well, I guess you just have to sometimes create the things you want to hear. So that was kind of the switch up between something more soundtracky and cinematic and some metal. But it was cool the way he did the effects on the drums, because they sounded processed, like kind of filtered, and I really like that sound with the metal guitar. That's a good combo, not as common. And then taking that motif of the and that's why it's in 7, because the sample was in 7. And then giving it to other instruments, another really great example of good arranging, passing around the motif, maybe not the exact notes, but the pattern itself to other instruments, and starting it on different notes and creating new chord progressions around it and stuff. So yeah, that was killer. The God Particle has plenty of music released, so be sure to subscribe to their YouTube channel and listen to everything, because it's all really, really good. Okay. Next up is Apolemian. I'm sorry. Next up is Mustela. And this is from the Nine Inch Nails Sin cover challenge that we did late last year. And this is what he has to say about it. This was my first challenge, and it's the one I obsessed over the most, and listening back through all of my submissions, I think it shows. Thanks for the inspiration, Ixie. We get to enjoy. Okay. Just make sure. Okay. So this one's not available to listen to anywhere but right now. So enjoy.
You give me the reason. You give me control. I gave you my purity and my you think I wouldn't recognize this compromise? Am I just too stupid to realize? Still intends old sweat. Lies, lies, lies. It comes down to this. Your kiss, your fist. It's strain, it gets you under my skin. Within, taking the extent of my sin.
I love the halftime groove. Oh my gosh, I love the crackle. That's so cool. The thing that stands out to me most about this cover is the vocal performance is killer. Just, I mean, the range. You singing super low. You sound like a radio announcer, way down low. And then I'll end up all the way at the top, practically screaming. But it's a really good controlled scream, and scream sing, scranging. I'm sure someone has tried to combine those words before and probably ran into the same problem. But yeah, it just really captures that the anger and the desperation of 1980s Trent Reznor, you know. but with a halftime groove. Very different feeling, right? It's sludgy and it's pulling you down with it. I love halftime so much. And some really cool sound design at the end there. That was good. Yeah. But that was it. That's the only time you get to listen to it is right now and on the replay because it's not released. Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Mustela. All right. Next up is Satcomdaemon. Yay! And it's called Dr. Mary's Monkey. And here's what they have to say about it. This was for the Incend Challenge. Played a riff and it sounded too much like Acid Bath to not try to rip them off. My friend Dave Reynolds mixed this and made it kick all kinds of ass. Hope you enjoy. Love that. Yes. All right. This one is not yet released, but it will be this year. If I can say that, right?
Outstretched from this cage, 10 cc's of swirling rage, alchemical rendering, wrenched from our suffering. Dr. Mary's Monkey! Dr. Mary's Monkey! Broken needles, burnt up cloth, smoke-filled lungs, bloody stains. Doctor
Yeah, that is killer. Oh my gosh. Yes. To hear that finished product is awesome. It's really got brought to its potential. That's so exciting. Yes, this. It's like really hard not to want to do the slow headbang. Incendiary. Yeah. It's so sludgy. Probably the thing that I kept going, like yes about was the drum fills. They were so triplety and they felt almost like they were stumbling, and yet I love them. It almost felt like things were falling apart, and then it would, but then you'd like, no, it's not. Oh my God, my cats are being so cute. Stop. Oh my God. Okay. And yeah, I don't remember that from when you first played it, so I was not expecting it, and I just loved it. And the different vocal qualities, the like low, like delivery is so good, and then just screaming Dr. Mary's Monkey is just too fun. Guitar tone was perfect. Yeah, the drums really killed, honestly. They sounded really, really good. Psychically reunited acid bath. Awesome. I don't know them, but I will take your word for it. So good. Oh my God, the cats. They're playing. I really should get a second camera that just points at, because they're on the bed. That sounds weird. Never mind. I'm not doing that. Okay. But I just wish you could see. I can't stop looking. Oh my God. All right. The next one. Oh, this is the last one. Is the artist name is E. Ludd. And the song is called Atemporal. And this is what they have to say about it. This is my third most recent, and as much as I don't like picking favorites, my most favorite submission. The prompt being officially polyrhythms, but unofficially weird timings. I went for all things timing. Polyrhythms are represented via the subharmonicon, but I've also included Euclidean rhythms, polymeters, and Karplus strong synthesis, the first voice you hear. As ever, this prompt served as a great motivation to learn and push myself to try new techniques. Thanks, Ixie, for providing this platform and these platform and these prompts. Looking forward to more in the new year. Awesome. Okay. Let's get it. Atemporal. Here we go. Oh, yeah, and I'll put a link. Hang on, let me put the link. Let's do the link to the YouTube so you can watch the performance later. Thanks for coming. Enjoy Disney. Okay. All right. I haven't heard this before, by the way. This is the current challenge that just wrapped up. Okay, I heard some polyrhythms and some polymeters and everything, but the thing about that I enjoyed the most, honestly, was the chords. So pretty. I'm gonna remember those. That last chord was this like really pretty minor chord, and oh, I liked it. It felt really sad, that part, and I like sad. I like sad. But yeah, the snare I think was doing a polyrhythm against the like main pulse, and then the was a poly. It almost makes you think, what is the pulse? Like I thought I had it, but then again, it's all just a matter of interpretation. But yeah, there's a really nice layering there. It's very pretty. Very, very pretty. Okay, so I remembered that I did a challenge 1 month. I usually don't have time, but I got, inspired. And I did a cover of Sin. And I haven't listened to it since July, so bear with me. It's not, mixed or mastered, but let's see. I'm going to just open the actual project itself and should be able to share the screen. Why not? Okay, cool. There it is. All right. So hang on. It looks like I have some stuff muted. Okay, good. All right. So this was like some other takes of piano I did. So we're going to scroll down here. And as you can see, there's lots of vocals. Oh yeah, I did I did a humming. Okay, all right, let's give it a go. I'll try not to look embarrassed. Actually, wait, let me make sure this is okay, good. Drums.
You give me the reason
Oh, hi.
To realize, stale incense, old sweat, and lies, 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 comes down to this. Your kiss, your fist, and you strain, it gets under my skin. Within, take in what my sanity comes down to this. Your kiss, your fist, and you strain, it gets under my skin. Within, take in the extent of my sin.
It's fun. That's kind of, it's, I know that I hear it, it's kind of in Ali Gertz style. Maybe I was like subliminally inspired by her. If you don't know who Ali Gertz is, you should. I don't know much about her history, but I know she's a singer-songwriter, and I know she worked for Mad Magazine. Anyway, she did a Nine Inch Nails Peeled Back cover album, and it's kind of this style, really. Yeah. But it's cool. She has her take on Big Man with a Gun is possibly my favorite. Just hearing, anyway, it's great. No, it's really good though. It's a lot of strings and it's like so beautiful and her harmonies are incredible. And it's like a gentler take on all of Nine Inch Nails so that her family could appreciate what she saw in Nine Inch Nails. Otherwise, she didn't think that they would even give it a chance. So I thought that was kind of cool. So let's wrap up there. This is the end of the showcase. We can hang out a little bit longer if you have any questions about other stuff. And I will just say, if you want to participate in these kinds of challenges, we do them every month. You just have to be a patron, any level on my Patreon. So I guess I'll put that link here in case. But I'm just so glad that I finally got around to doing this because, there's something really nice about the safety, so to speak, of our small community and being able to share our unfinished work, or like for a lot of us, like we've never even written music before and we're like trying it for the first time. And just to know that there's people that you see on the live streams that are being encouraging and supportive and positive and, helpful is a big safety net, I think, that makes releasing or sharing stuff easier. Having said that, it's really cool to be able to have you put your best foot forward and share what you want to with the general public, because thousands of people watch these live streams and that's so cool. Yes. You need a playlist. That would be a good idea. I don't think I can handle that at the moment, but if someone else wants to make the playlist from the links that I put in the description and then make me a collaborator, I should be able to add it to my channel. Is that how it works? Or maybe I can make the playlist and then make it collaborative and then you guys can add the links. If you would like to help, let me know. You can message me on the Discord or say so here. Yes. Okay. Oh, Moises says a Radiohead video type style drum part in this would be cool too. Yeah. Yeah, like kind of a like a kick, just kind of yeah. Maybe I'll get inspired by oh god. Apolemian, but what's Mustela's halftime groove. I feel like that could work well. This doesn't sound like an up-tempo version, does it? It's ish low. But yeah, I could use some drums. That'd be fun. Okay, cool. So next week we're going back to the 70s. And then I don't know if I'll be able to do the last 2 weeks of January. I have a feeling I'm going to have to sort of clear my calendar to get my album done. It takes so long. And it's not anyone else's, it's everyone else I'm working with is so fast. I'm just so indecisive and slow, and there's so many things to handle, and sometimes my brain is just like, and I mean, I'm still working on the music. The mixing engineer's like, come on, like, send me the, I'm like, but hang on. Just, oh, but this is why deadlines are so good for me. I'll probably just like stay up all night for 2 weeks straight. No, I won't. I'll get it done. It's going to happen. It has to. My mom asked me, she was like, if you have to push your deadline back, how would that feel? And I was like ass. I really don't want to have to do that. So yes, I will. So thank you for your understanding that this month is an exception case. I'm glad we got to do this today, and we'll get to do 1978 next week. And then, yeah, I might be SOL until the release. So that's exciting. We did the photo shoot, and it was so cool. And yes, I'm excited. I'm excited for you to see those photos. Eat It Like She Does. Why is The King of Limbs never mentioned when talking about Radiohead's best albums? I don't know. It's not my favorite. I think it's still good, though. I don't think they've ever done anything bad, ever. But maybe the question is, or maybe sorry, my brain's just, maybe you can tell us why it's one of your favorites. Okay. All right, guys, that's that. I will see you all next week for 1978 at 3:30 Central p.m. 3:30 p.m. Central. Okay, that's that. Many thanks to all the musicians who submitted and shared their work, and I will get to work on putting links in the description